The Queen of Granada, by M. Riff. Chapter 79, The Trace. Rita could easily imagine Tessa's reaction on the bus. She looked towards the damaged temporary barrier boom at the edge of the road and said, "I wonder what happened to the Land Rover." Tessa looked at her and asked, "Which Land Rover?" Rita replied, "The one that was towing the VW bus. We saw them at the gas station." At one point, the Land Rover tried to pull the bus back to solid ground, but the wire snapped, and it disappeared again. Tessa looked puzzled, as if she couldn't quite believe it. She had obviously been in shock, and her brain had shut down, neglecting the details of this horrifying experience. She still asked, "Don't you think he just gave up and drove away?" Rita glanced at the VW bus, still parked further away and barely visible through the fog, and said, "It's possible, but then he would have taken the VW bus with him." Tessa nodded with uncertainty. She thought back to her teenage days when she had dated a Roma boy her age. With a smile, she said, "I don't think Romas think the same way we do." To Rita, it sounded like a prejudice. She couldn't believe that a guy who had been so determined to save their lives would suddenly become indifferent just because he was Roma. She responded, "I have a strange feeling about that poor guy. I think he might be in trouble and needs help if he's still alive." She added, "We should check the cliff. His car might still be there." Reluctantly, Tessa agreed, "Okay, let's do it. But you should know that even though there's no fence, this entire hillside is a military zone, and we're in a country controlled by a military dictatorship. I'm sure they're watching us through binoculars, even if we can't see them." They had just passed the damaged barrier when Rita picked up a piece of red plastic and said, "Here you have part of the Land Rover's taillight." Tessa, believing Rita's hunch more and more, said, "You're probably right. The Roma are very helpful, and that could be why he could have tried to save the bus." As they walked, Rita spotted an unusual pattern in the muddy ground. It was 4 points followed by 2 parallel lines, and the same pattern was repeating over and over again. It appeared as if the car had flipped onto its side, landed on its roof, flipped again, landed on its wheels and continued rolling. Looking at the pattern, Rita said, "It looks like the storm got hold of the Land Rover and rolled it towards the cliff."